it's not looking good now. Softly, softly, monkey, monkey. Want some wedge in it. We need to make some wood wedges. I'm a knowledge giver. He's getting recorded whether he likes it or not. Get out! Anyway, enough of timber. Let's have a look at some steel. Just make it happen. Just make it happen. You got to make them all fit together. We're back in Nantwich today, restoring this 15th century timber frame facade, and let's have a quick look round at where we've got up to. Lads have been here all week. I think, what day are we on today, Jay? Thursday. Thursday today, so lads have been here. We've got 4 days to catch up on. We'll have a quick look round at that, and then we'll follow what we're doing today. So we've opened all this corner up now, and we've put some struts on the principal rafter running down to the tie beam, just to stop this dropping while the tie beam end was being spliced in. The old wall plate has now been removed. Top of the post is not exactly level. We've got a big dimple in it, and it's also rotated that way, so this tenon is out of line as well. We've just done a repair inside it because it was all cracked out there. Would have liked to have got a bigger lap on that, but we've got a post running in there and would have had to start taking more and more out. So what we need to do yet is plane this down back to this level, and I think we'll put a steel plate on here just to reinforce this joint. We've got some 20mm stainless bar running through it, and the joint's all been glued up as well. We're going to have to repair these rafter ends going back onto the new wall plate. But this wall plate, we've got like 3 connection points on it. We've got to meet up to this, meet up to the tenon, meet up to that post shoulder, and then run under the tie beam as well. I mean, it's like one of them pieces that you get in them Chinese puzzle kits, where they're all different shapes and sizes, and you got to make them all fit together. It probably doesn't make much sense at the minute, but it will do when it goes in. So, as a basic explanation, that's going on to the existing wall plate. This is the bottom. That's as mortise out for the tenon. This piece comes out like so, and that bit then goes under the tie beam. Even I'm struggling. And what we've put this loose mortise side in because we need to get this in. We can only get it in from one side. We can't put all these components in together. So we've put that on the side. What we'll do is we'll glue all that, put some bolts in it as well, and we'll drill it and peg it. But when that's going in, we'll nip up and have a look, and we'll see how it all goes together. It is very complicated. A lot of geometry and maths going on. Something I wasn't good at school, but good job I'm not doing it then. Little lad's just downstairs. We're making the external bracket for next doors to hold their truss up, which is being an absolute nightmare. We're having to fabricate all the steel work on site to make a really bespoke bracket for it because we can't get the prop where we want it. I think from the last video we hadn't opened up this, but we have now got a lot more access into this area. We've still got the corbel in there that's dislodged and fallen out, and you can see the extent of the rot on the tie beam end and the wall plate. So all this needs to come out. This is coming out, that's coming out, and then we've got the huge decay down there as well. But that's a story for another video because we're not going to do that this week. We just want to get this other wall plate in and this propping in this week. We'll go outside, we'll have a look, see what the lad's doing. This company ethos of just make it happen. There was no end on the welder, and there's no welding supply shop locally, so bought a G-clamp, drilled an hole in it, nut and washer, boom. It's got to make do when you got to make do, but at least we're moving on. A lot of people would be crying going, oh, I can't do it because I haven't got to do it. Just make it happen, just make it happen. This corner that Jason's just on, we put in the wall plate on, really complicated timber repair. I'll show you now. You can see loads more now, it's all exposed. So this is the main post that comes up, and this is where the corbel sits in that comes underneath this wall plate. This is the wall plate you've just seen, and he's got it in place now, bolting it together, and that is the back of the tenon in there with a plate to go on. And you can see the complexity in this curve that comes round. These cut timbers in, the timber front that covers the tar beam, and then this is the gutter that's been built up as well. So there's quite a lot of timber work all in this, built up together. When we bring the corbels back, slot into this mortise and tenon joint here, follow this curve round, and they also sit underneath this tar beam wall plate for the weight to be transferred down onto this post. Now the timber frame's exposed, makes it a lot easier to see how the restoration work is being done and all the timber frame repairs. Anyway, enough of timber, let's have a look at some steel. Look at this thing. You can see we've got our side on these RMD props going through, supporting that tar beam there. But as we come down, we need to take this corbel out, which is going to expose next door's tar beam. Problem we've got is we cannot go to ground next door because it is an operational cafe, and I don't think they want an RMD prop running right down through the middle of the cafe. So we've put this together to support it without having an internal prop coming down. I don't believe the loads are massive on here. I'm thinking probably maybe 200k, something like that. The problem is we can't get this prop any closer to go underneath the tar beam. There is a canopy down there that's not allowing our prop to go any further over. Get out! We've got the basis of this new prop in, well, it's not prop, is it? It's a prop top, or I think it just looks like a proper oversized strong boy. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look. So we've got flat plate coming through there, got these legs coming down on 90 degrees off this base plate, and then we've put these two braces running back up, and we just welded some end plates on them, bolted them through there. These are just fully welded. Then we put some little plates on inside to bolt through, and on the inside there we've just done exactly the same, end plates on and bolted through the top of this. This is some 12mm flat bar. It's fairly wide, it's probably about 300mm wide, but I'm just thinking now that we might just get a bit of bend on this, so we might just weld a rib down it. That's what we're on about now. Yeah, so we've found a piece of angle iron that's going to do the job. We've just got some spare. It's not equal angle iron, but I'm not bothered. It's going to do the job. We'll just ground it off. Just going to weld that on just to support this, to stop it flexing. It is some meaty stuff. I think probably 10mm that. Anyway, Adam's going to weld it as well because he wants to have a do. So we'll have a look what his welds are going to be like. He said he weren't going to do it on camera, but he's getting recorded whether he likes it or not. He's going to get like a 30-second crash course in no, actually it's flux cord MIG welding, because we ain't got no gas here. See what it's like. And then just gently come back, and then you want to probably do like an inch there, leave an inch, do an inch, leave an inch, do an inch, leave an inch, do an inch, leave an inch. Yeah, you don't have to be accurate, and then on the other side, then we'll just do the opposite. Where you've missed your weld there, we'll weld it on there. Oh, there, yeah. That's, nope. You're going over yourself like that. You want your gun sideways on like that. You'll see more. I'm going too quick. Slow it down. There, you started off right there, then you sped up. And then before you're going to pull off, you know, don't just like go and then pull off and stop, go, and then just stop for like a second and and it lets your weld pool build up, or else you end up with that flash coming out at the back, so your weld will come down and then dips out. So you just got to leave it on for that, like 1 second before you pull it off. We're not moving. Just shut this door, because I don't know whether smoke alarms are still on in here. Actually, pretty good. Is this your first time, Ad? Second, third? Well, maybe not the first time, but pretty good. Everyone's got to learn, haven't they? So that's what it's all about here. Learning, education. I'm the knowledge giver. Hey, do you want to grab that side? It's going to be well heavy now with this. Then you got to go past that and then. Hey? Yeah, hang on. I just need to come back now. You got it. Lift it up, Ad. Yeah, boy. Set some bolts in. Have you got your bolts in? Have you got some nuts there, Ad? Yeah. Ad, it needs to come back to me if it will. Go on, Ad, just want to kick it out. Yeah, no, it's going to go out because of the lean on it. Once a wedge in it, we need to make some wood wedges, and then we can. It'll stop it slipping. You just need to get yourself back through there and kick it over. We're just going to rive all these fascias off now, and then we can sink them and drill them, and it'll make it this side a lot easier, won't it? If we get that fascia. Yeah. I got that. Yeah. Right. One sec. Just go on. Do it again.
Don't kick it.
Yeah. Hold it there. No.
Not your weight on it now. Where's your hammer?
Not my own. Yeah. Have you got out you can measure off up there? I just see whether it's going up a tad.
Get a bit more range if you want.
Softly, monkey. You see how I'm going up, Ad?
No.
What you like there, Ad? Have you got any movement? Yeah, we'll just put a strap round this onto that. We'll find some brackets to go into there. Managed to get a little bit of weight on it. We haven't put too much on. What we are going to do is just on this, round this collar of this prop, we're just going to strap it back to the building. Probably at this mid-beam section, just to kind of stop that kicking out, because this prop's going to want to come out backwards here. We've propped it also inside on the back side of that plate. We've managed to wedge it up onto a beam as well. So we are kind of tilting it to one side. We have got a little bit of lift going up on it. So we're confident now that we've took the majority of the weight out of that tar beam. Just having a look at this beam, we're looking at where we were going to splice it, and it looked all right actually. It looked fairly good, but it's not looking good now. And I think that's just going to keep going down. I think we might end up, we were just saying, let's just chop it off at the top, because all this looked fairly decent timber, and then we'll just put half a new timber in there. But by this, I think we're going to be right down here. Put this strap running through the building, and we've gone like halfway down into the building to a tar beam on a truss inside. Because this bracket's offset and the prop's here and the weight load is down there, it's going to push that down and twist that. So these straps will just stop this prop and the bracket pulling out as the weight's loaded on the front of it. In a very difficult situation, propping this timber frame building, that is the best scenario that we've come up with. It's going to work. I've got confidence. So anyway, that's it. wrapped up. Catch you on the next one.